I want you. I mean, I'm doing what I said I built this platform on, and it's sometimes having those uncomfortable conversations. And one of these topics tonight is I'm going to dabble in, and I know it's going to be a little uncomfortable. Stay on the block. Okay? It's done. But it's not right. Brittany, I'm so sorry that you had to experience this. I just don't even have words. But you're an amazing woman. And I'm sorry, Kenya, when you tried to justify it, say she signed a lease and it's just documentation. I'm sorry, it's not. Brittany buried what she wanted to have buried and sealed to never be opened, no matter what the case may be. So whatever private investigator you hired is illegal, and they did what they did because they knew how to get beyond the gates of what she put on them. And you wanted that because you wanted to go to hell, like Cynthia said. So it wasn't. Welcome to tonight's conversation, where we're diving headfirst into the world of our favorite sisters, aunties, ladies of it all, the legacy, the Braxtons. Yes, we're going to get into their legacy and their latest drama. Are we ready for the highs and all of the lows in between this iconic sister group? All right, y'all, it's your boy K, and we're here, yes, with another episode of Conversation with K. Breaking conversation? Hey, y'all, it's time to talk about those Braxtons. Can we talk about some things? Listen, this season already has been iconic. This is honestly what I have been waiting for the season. People gonna say, oh, you here for the drama, you here for the mess, you messy, you like drama. Obviously, no, I don't. But I think this season, and I'll explain why I believe that this is almost yet the best season that they've had, because last season just wasn't it. And I'll explain that too. But here, while we got a chance, let's take a quick look at what has been going on so far with the Braxton sisters.
I thought family helped each other.
Family don't steal from each other.
You sold men.
Who's the man that I stole?
Tony's.
Towanda, you
Tamar, shut
no,
up.
yes, you did. You're
That's
liar.
a lie.
I didn't man.
Don't you know that? I am not playing with you. I am not playing with you.
You can do it. Don't put your hands on me.
I didn't touch
Don't put your hands on me.
Excuse me.
Don't put your hands on me. Don't put your... That's wrong with them.
That is not what we do as sisters.
It went from emotional, verbal, mental to physical.
You guys are sisters.
They clearly don't like me. I can't waste my time with that. I'm not interested.
I'm really excited about the bridal shower. Toni, Braxton.
I do have my dress,
Can't wait
but
to
I won't
see
be
it.
able to be there. But that's what I was calling you.
She's always felt like she's the sister who shows up for everyone and that no one else cares about her nearly the same amount.
I had to do some rehearsals because of some of the people we lost in the show.
Angie and I, we shared backup singers, technicians, and all of them were in the band.
Hold on, because they don't have a mic plugged in just yet.
Really? I don't know how I'm gonna pull off this show in Miami.
Hi, Queen Mother.
Where's everybody? The ladies of honor left 40 minutes before me.
Seriously?
Including Trina.
They should have been here checking on everything, making sure everything is right.
They're still not here.
They're not.
Dear viewer, Queen Towanda is set to marry Lord Hall. But first,
Wow. Whoa. Okay, yes, it's been a lot. But why did I say this was my favorite season yet so far? Honestly, I have not think I was afraid on how the show was going to go after we lost Tracy. Because Tracy brought so much of the humor. She brought so much of the realness. She brought a lot of the taking off the layers. And I think because all of the sisters were in this place of trying to protect their celebrityhood, if that's what you want to call it, Tracy didn't care about that. Tracy knew what she was. She knew that she had already had this thing. Y'all had already left me. I'm already my own individual artist. So Tracy did not care what was going to come from if she spoke. And whenever Tracy was on scene or on set, she gave us the real, the raw, and how it needed to be. And so I was really worried. Now, season 1, it was definitely a season for Tracy. They wanted us to know what happened. They wanted us to know how they dealt with it, how they feel, how they currently are feeling, and where this sisterhood now is standing without her. Okay? She wanted us to keep this show going on. Tamar said continuously, I'm just a friend of the show this season. But Tracy wanted us to do this show, so I'm doing it for Tracy. All right? So, we knew what that season was going to give. I did not care for that season. When I found out season 2 was coming on and Tamar was going to be a full-time cast member, you can call me a little bit biased because I'm a Tamartian, okay? Say what you want. But Pisces to Pisces, you better watch your mouth, okay, about that one. Okay? But I love them all. Toni, Tamar, Trina, Towanda, R.I.P. Tracy, and the one and only, said everybody? Yes. Tracy, Toni, Tamar, Trina, Towanda, and Tracy. Yes. I love them all. But I really have to say my favorite sister is my Pisces sister. And I'm going to explain a lot why I think Tamar gets what she gets because she is a Pisces. And I get told a lot too, like your mouth. And I'll be like, damn, I don't know what I said. You know, I'm being honest in what I said. And sometimes people are like, oh, it's how you say it. You need to think about your delivery. And you need to think. Sometimes I don't have time to think about all of that. Because I'm just trying to really say what I'm going to say. And if I love you or you know where I'm coming from and you really know me, you shouldn't take it to heart. But, you know, I hear that we as Pisces have to really watch our mouths. And it takes a lot for us, too, honestly, first and foremost. We're never really just popping off right at the top. You know, right at the top, we're never just, boo, like shotgun, unless you come for us. If you come for me and I didn't send for you, I'm definitely going to let that other fish just have its way. You know, there's always one fish before the other. You know, you're always going to get one fish before the other. You get the red fish or the blue fish. One fish or two fish. It's just what it is. But we're not here to talk about zodiac signs and Pisces. We're here to talk about the Braxtons, okay? And I think I truly really want to start in the beginning. So, if you don't know, we have the Braxton sisters, Toni, Tamar, Trina, Towanda, and R.I.P. our favorite girl, Tracy, okay? And their mother, the one and only Miss Evelyn, okay? So, now, if we know a little bit about the history of the Braxtons, they have been the sisters that we have been all wanting to see, just like how you had the Cosbys on television as a scripted show, you have the Braxtons. Not everybody's watching the Kardashians, and I get it. What do you have to relate to them? They have this money, they're of this wealth, they're of this ethnicity. Some of us don't find anything to relate to or something that we just like. Love the Kardashians too. I'll actually do an episode about them and their season coming too. But I do love my Braxton sisters. And I do see the two. And I don't think the Braxtons get what they deserve based off of what you're giving the Kardashians. And all of these sisters are talented. You know, it's not like I want to compare the two. Okay, it's not like I want to compare, but this was a talent from birth. Those sisters over there, their talent was inherited. It was their father was a lawyer. Okay, this was from the gospel roots, and these were singing sisters. These were sisters who honestly made it off of Kim K's Yex tape. I'd say on the Oopske, okay? I'm just being honest. That was the Kardashians. This was the Braxtons. They are gospel rooted. They were lawyer and Olympics because Chris wasn't really no one either. Okay? It's no shade. They are the definition of hard work and dedication, and they went and got it. But so are the Braxtons. And I feel like if you're going to have one family, you can have room for two. Right? But the Braxtons won't give y'all what y'all really want until this season. And then when they're giving it to y'all, y'all saying, oh, this is just too much. This is just... Let's not act like we ain't seen it even be uglier than what we've seen. Ayanna couldn't fix it. Bishop T.D. Jakes couldn't fix it. That other therapist they had couldn't fix it. This issue is deeply rooted in a lot of hurt and pain and a lot of people being left. The mama was left for another woman. Okay? They left Tracy because she had a baby. They mad at Tamar because she left and signed her own contract. They mad at Toni because she left and wanted to do her own thing. Truth be told, it'll come out. Towanda's mad at Trina because she went off and did her own thing. And then Towanda, there was no real stardom, so I have to be the assistant and the manager to everybody because honestly, the gift of singing wasn't hers. Acting, maybe, yes. But the three of those sisters that I mentioned, Toni, Trina, and Tamar, went off and took off into the music careers. So everybody was mad because they got left. We've heard that throughout the show entirely a lot. But I think the rooted of the issue started when Mother Evelyn got left. A lot of people don't want to talk about that. A lot of people don't want to highlight that the mother was rooted in the church. She played her instruments and music. Father was the pastor. And he left her for her best friend. Tamar sang about it, right? No one wants to talk about that. That's where it started with their issues. But year after year, season after season, we didn't want to give Mama all of that. The only gangster that stood up to Mama was Tracy. When she told her, "You have a good day." Okay. I said, "Tracy." She said, "What you gonna do about it?" I said, yeah, you leave. I said, "Whoa." Those were the times that I loved the most because it showed us that they're not trying to put it on for the cameras and they're authentically being who they are by being them. And I truthfully enjoyed watching the Braxtons for that very purpose. They sang, I love the music. Okay? He has a ding-a-ling, what, of gold? Okay, they came up with that song. They sang for every time there was time for a jingle, they had it. Okay? They introduced us to the knock, knock, you owe me a vodka and cran. Oh, vodka cran. Oh, knock, knock, you owe me a gin. You just had to. They are our aunties for me. Okay? And we know where they came from and the roots and things that they started from. But I truly believe that the issue started with the mom. Okay? The launch of the first show was called The Braxton Family Values. Okay? This was where it all had started. Tamar was married currently at the time to Vince. Toni was doing her own thing. Towanda, Trina, and Tracy were Toni's background singers, along with Tamar. But at times, Tamar was kind of like, girl, no, I'm stopping. I'm doing my own thing. Ugh. Now, here is my opinion of the conversation. I truthfully think that Toni being the oldest, her and Tamar are like this. Y'all can call it what y'all want. This is just my opinion, okay? That oldest and that youngest are really like this. Okay? They really are. I think Toni is the only one that can really get Tamar in check. But honestly, what we saw at that table, the reason why Toni couldn't do it in that moment, because Tamar was already gone. Y'all tried to stop my business cease and desist. That punk brother of mine that I don't even talk to. Who gave him my address? Y'all phony lawyer, whether he's present, past, or now, I don't care. Nobody protected me. Y'all left me for dead. Remember I said everybody has trauma about being left. Okay, even Tamar has expressed for time that I was the last one to leave the house because everybody else got grown. So y'all didn't really spend time with me. There's another piece of abandonment and left, right? So this stuff is deeply rooted. It's deeply rooted. And we know this as growing up as a Black culture family. Whether you got all sisters, all brothers, a combo, you know how it is when it's one or more, 3 or more, 4 or more, 5 or more. You know how this thing goes. You always gonna have that one sibling that is the oldest, that has to take the blame for everything, has to go through it all first. You gonna have that sibling. Then you have the one next to that sibling that kind of gets a little bit of what the first one got, but not as bad, because now you become kind of the parent to that second one. Oh, but don't have a third one, because now you're a papa or you're a mama at the age of 13, because your parents went and decided to have 2 more kids underneath you. Right? Or don't let them meet somebody that's got kids. Now you're really running the household, especially if you have a parent that moves fast, does whatever they do. That first sibling, 9 out of 10, becomes the main primary parent, right? And with them becoming the main primary parent, they are now obligated to be the head honcho. I've got to be the one in control. So now it changes the dynamics of our relationships. Because you don't want me looking at you and talking to you like I'm your mama, because you got one and we know it. But obviously, mama's at work, doing whatever work it is, whether it's an 8 to 5 or a street job. I got to do what I got to do. So Toni, being the oldest, she felt that pressure. Right? Then Tracy being next. Then Towanda. Then Trina. Then Tamar. Towanda and Tracy has always had an issue with Tamar. I'm being honest. Trina and Tamar, they can coexist until she shifted her wig on this last episode. But I believe and this is all Kay's opinion and conversation, because y'all over here on my channel, right? I believe when it comes to Towanda, she has a very bit of an issue with everyone else. And I mark this video because it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. We're just watching it happen with Tamar, but like I said early, Towanda's mad that all of them left her. And nobody thinks and feels how she feels. We're slowly seeing it happen this season. Right? We're slowly seeing it happening this season. And this is why I say this rooted of what they're going through has been rooted way, way longer than what we're seeing now on the Braxtons, because it started on the beginning, Tamar. She has the strongest personality, and is often always the one that brings the laughter and the most tension, okay? Y'all can say what y'all want about Tamar, but Tamar, they didn't expect her to be the one famous from the show. They thought, okay, this is the Braxtons, we all gonna get known, but everybody gonna really swarm to Toni Braxton. Because why? She's the singer, and we're the doo-wop pop-pops. But unfortunately, now check that, okay, .com, okay? All of that stuff let us know that Tamar was born for television. I'm sorry, what do they say about Pisces? But she was born for television, okay? There were moments where Tamar was just authentically, and I think always, and still to this day, she has truly just been her. And it has been turned into a meme. It has been turned to a cover moment. And it's really what pushed and drive this show. And I'm sorry, if Tamar was not as interesting and it's not who she was, she wouldn't have a spinoff and the show wouldn't be what it is today. They all play a role in this show. Don't get me wrong in what I'm saying. I believe that every sister definitely stands their ground. But Toni and Tamar are the creme brulee of the Braxtons. Okay? Now, the loss of Tracy was the hardest thing that I think they ever had to go through. Not even the fact of daddy walked out on them, because it's women. And as women do, they all figure it out. I think the brother comes in right after Toni, so he left the house. I'm pretty sure. He left the house. Tracy was definitely the glue. I agree. Tracy was definitely the glue of the Braxtons. And without Tracy, things started to change. And I know for a fact this was the hardest thing that they ever had to go through as a family. I think it impacted them in ways that they still don't know today how to shape or move forward or keep the family bond. I think at this point, really, they're operating it out of, we doing this for Tracy. But in that same mindset, we know now that secrets are coming out. Now, some of these secrets are so irrelevant, Towanda, why I still got you on the screen, because the fact that you want to bring up that she slept with one of Toni's men way back when why currently, why aren't we talking? Because see, what happened was, it triggered you, Towanda, when Miss Tamar said, didn't I help you with your down payment? It triggered you. But she was being factual. And yes, in that moment, she was highly sensed with her senses. So she was in a place of defense because she felt like y'all are somebody and y'all had to know who stopped my bag. Somebody got to take ownership for that. So in that moment, her senses was high. But Towanda, she triggered you, but she also probably wanted you to go to the fact to say that just a few days ago, what we do know to be facts, after you got married, within a few days after you get married, and there ain't no problem with this, but sweep your own leaves on your porch before you try to start coming for other people, my sis. And I love you, Towanda, but I just feel at times there is definitely something there that you're upset with Tamar about, and we really don't know what it is and why. But what we do know is that you had to quickly put your house in your husband's name. Hey, Sean, shout out to you. I'm not disrespecting your wife, man, I promise. But you had to put it in his name to the point where you had financial issues. And I think a lot of your anger with Tamar is because she is more financially successful than what you wanted to be. And we are seeing this season that you put so much into your sisters, you feel like no one has stopped and put into you. And now that it's your biggest day in your wedding, it's all hitting you. I'm not going to be surprised if you do a good let everybody have it in season 3. I'm not going to be surprised. I think you need to let everybody have it. It's not no fair that you just want to keep coming for the Tamar Braxton. It's not. You're mad at Toni. You're mad at Trina. Back when Trina had to put you out, I think even hearing that I need you to get out, you were happy that she told you, but you wasn't happy. And you didn't express that on that season. You just like, I'm really glad that she got that out. You're upset about some things, love. So I think we need to understand that. So losing Tracy, who was the one that they were all able to talk to, even though that they had their odds sometimes with Tracy, because she felt like y'all really owe me a lot, when really y'all know y'all call me for everything. I'm the one that really cooks. I'm the one that really does this. I'm the one that really does that. Because Toni done went on off. I was really the one that did it all. So Tracy was the glue. And now things are... Mama Evelyn, don't get me wrong, I think should have been got into therapy. Because if you would have walked around here different with how you dealt with your ex-husband, they would have been in a different place. But one thing we cannot do is blame Tamar for her success and the things that she's been... Now look, she went off and had baby by Vince. They did their good big one. Vince taught her a lot, opened her up to a lot, gave her a lot, but also hurt her. Tamar has given us her complete life on television. The good, the bad, the ugly, spinoffs, shows that she didn't even want to be on, productions that stopped in the middle. I'm just being honest. She gave us her life. And currently, they're mad because she opened up the door for her niece to come and tell her story. And I didn't like how some of the response of the aunties was not to protect their niece. So, this season, it may have not been what you really wanted it to be. But honestly, what I think we are starting to see is ourselves and the families and the things that we are. Towanda, you sat there and you talked about you were so upset that they were not at your wedding or a participant at the bridal shower in Mexico. When I saw what I saw, that Tamar was on her way. So the question is really, where? And honestly, where are we going from here? What's next?
So what do we do from here? I mean, we are family. We'll be in each other's lives for the rest of our lives.
Well, for me, I'm not willing to allow that particular behavior anymore. Because for years, it's been emotional, it's been verbal, mental, and now it's physical.
I don't know about the physical. What happened physically with you?
You were there. She threw water on me.
Don't play with me, Towanda. You
Tamar, shut up.
Yes, you did. You're
That's
a liar.
lie.
You bitch.
She threw the whole glass.
Promise
And Trina caught the glass.
I promise. I didn't
So
see
what
that.
I'm saying is I'm not willing to compromise my peace for anybody anymore in my life.
And then the lawyer situation came up.
I remember she pulled out her receipts.
She blamed us for
Yes,
being served.
yes, that's
Let's
what
be
I'm saying.
clear. Let's be honest.
She blamed us for being served,
blamed
the
us
cease
for
and
being
desist.
served.
And our names are nowhere
We
on
had
there.
nothing to do with it.
So all this started from Ashley thing when she had Ashley on the show.
That's when she got
That's when
truly
it
upset.
started.
Well, I bought the cease and desist. I bought all the letters from their lawyer because I knew they was gonna act like they ain't know what the hell I was talking about.
Okay.
Okay.
Copy
So we
that.
can put one and one together. It's always gonna end up as two.
We were all there that night. Tamar said, I hit her first. Exactly.
I don't remember it that way.
Because it didn't happen. I got in between you
I
and
remember you got
Tamar.
in between.
I did not push her.
I am not ready to be a superstar. Don't put your hands on me.
I didn't touch you.
Put your hands
I
on
didn't
me.
touch you.
Don't put your hands on me.
Excuse me.
Don't put your hands on me. Don't put your...
She pulled my hair.
I remember that.
And then
Thank
kicked
God
her.
Dante had me laced and spritzed down.
So Towanda came over like me and Toni was finna fight. So I didn't see red yet, but I started seeing the lines. You get what I'm saying? So I don't remember the energy between me and Toni. And by the time my drink fell, I got up, Towanda came over, and Trina got her lick in. And then I went to grabbing a wig, and I got the... I was already blacked out by then.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's really where we are next. That's really where we are next. What we do know so far, and this is still yet to come unfold as we get ready to close for tonight, Towanda has had her wedding. Tamar was not in attendance. And I'm really, really trying to figure out how that's going to look. I'm really, really trying to figure out how that's going to look. Toni Braxton's going on tour with Boyz II Men, New Edition. So we're going to see that. I feel play out on the rest of the season. And Towanda transferred ownership of her new Georgia home that Tamar put a deposit on into her husband due to a lot of back taxes and ongoing financial strains. So we really hope that works out for her. If we don't see that happen, I'm pretty sure that's going to happen on season 3 with the crash out to everybody, because I'm telling y'all, Towanda is upset because people have not showed up for her like she showed up for her sisters. And it's okay to feel that way. It really is okay to feel that way. But on a lighter note, what I am so humorous and so happy about is to see that Tracy, her spirit and her humor is still being lived by the one and only Trina Braxton. And when I tell you, this scene right here is what kept the essence of the show. We're going to watch this really quickly, and then I'm going to close and give my personal end. But I want to make sure you leave your opinions in the comment section over there on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Leave a comment. You talk to me, I'll talk back. I want to know, how do you feel? Is this been a good thing for the Braxtons, or has it been a bad thing for the Braxtons? Do we see us? Is that why we are so offended? Is it really all Tamar? Or does everyone else need to stand up and take accountability? But let's take a quick laugh.
I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go pee.
Trina,
See if
no.
anybody sees it. I'm gonna go.
Do it.
Have a napkin. I'm gonna go pee because that's what they did back in the day. Over here in the grass.
Good luck.
It's trickling.
Trina! Oh my God! Don't get it on your dress.
Well, there's enough room. You can't tell.
You finished?
Yeah, I gotta wipe though.
You cannot wipe, right? You gotta let the air hit it. Just twirl a little bit. Let the air though. See the wind is blowing.
Obviously, Towanda is stressed, so I am doing my best to have fun and make her laugh. So, if that means I have to pee in the grass at her party, then I'll do it.
Let's go, Lady Trina.
You know, it's kind of liberating.
If that means I've got to pee in the grass at the party, then I'll do it. All right? When I tell you, that right there just made me laugh and the love of the sisters is still there. No matter what they're going through, they will get through this. I think we need to support them more because they are deserving of what they need to get. And I think it's more that they can be given and sponsored by, but we got to push them. We got to stand behind them, stop bringing them down, stop degrading them. Talk about it. It's out there. The show is out there. This is ways that we help them promote the show. They come watch this. We talk about, they listen. Somebody's listening. They're going to take it back to the camp. Somebody going to come. They're going to come watch this video and take the word back to the camp. But if y'all ever want to do like a sit down reunion, call me. Come on, Tay-Tay. Let your fellow Pisces come and host this family reunion of the Braxtons. But we know that that's not a thing for reality shows when it's about family and things like that. But I truly hope that you guys work this out. I know that there's definitely a lot of hurt here. But it's also because us as a Black family and a culture, we've never dealt with it. And then when one of us starts to get into the therapy and starts to do the things that we're supposed to do, we kind of judge that one. And then it pushes their hard work and dedication that they've done to themselves back and make them be like, okay, well then why am I doing this if I'm going to get so much pushback from my family? So it's really hard. It's really hard. I want to support all of these sisters. And I really want y'all to understand that I love y'all. I'm rooting for y'all. And I know that this is the real and the reality of what things are. But you know what? As we wrap up tonight's show, remember in this conversation that the Braxtons are more than TV drama, okay? It's a mirror of real life family, love, and growth. Whether you love them or you judge them, one thing's for sure, the Braxtons will always give us something to have a conversation about. Thank y'all for tuning in to tonight's episode of Konversation with Kay. It's been a good one. And I have to close out with just a little bit of my girl, the one and only, Tamar Braxton. Because you are somebody that is in my heart. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We out.
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking, because I know these venues are really small. So I'm thinking it's like a little step coming from the middle. And I want to be here, and I just want it to be like a light could be dark. And then when I come on, blah, splash light, flashlight. And it's like a different light, so it's like a silhouette.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You here for that? Can we do that?
I wouldn't make it harder than what it is.
What Michael Jackson said, this is what rehearsals for. This is what rehearsals is for.